Hey, this is Scott from Carnifex. You're watching Sofa King Cool magazine.
All right, Sofa King Cool here with Carnifex. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Good to see you again.
So far?
Tour has been fantastic. We are just over a month in, and we have about 27 shows left.
Promoting 2016 Slow Death. Yeah, just this day and age, man, you just got to keep on touring to keep things relevant.
Yeah, I think for this record, we actually have been out quite a bit. You know, we did Summer Slaughter right when the record was released, and then we did the Whitechapel Suicide Silence co-headline tour, the Straight Outta Hell tour, and then we did a European tour, and then we're right back here doing our own tour. So yeah, we've been on the road a bunch and try to bring a different show out this time. We've been supporting quite a bit the last year, so try to be able to bring people something that was more of our vision,
right?
And try to make it more unique to our band and put a little bit of a stamp on it. Just with supporting, you know, you're pretty limited in your options, so try to bring out a good stage show, play a set that has songs from all 6 records. We play for over an hour, so
awesome.
it's nice to switch it up after supporting for so long.
Now, what I want to talk to you about actually is the touring aspect of things. Like, especially now with this being your headlining tour, everyone thinks it's caviar, champagne, and blowjobs on the road, man, but it's actual work. I
mean, it's for sure it's work, but it's not. You know, it is work, but it's also fun.
Right.
You know, it's a good time. We're on tour with a lot of great bands that we knew from previously, previous tours and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot to do every day, but you know, it's worth it. It's a payoff every night because you know, we get such a great crowd every night and such great support from our fans that it makes it worth it. You know?
Right, but as far as the touring aspect goes and being on your own headlining, it's a different world. I mean, you got to factor in your expenses, going from city to city, making sure the venue is sound of the par. You know, I mean, it's
that's always a challenge. You know, touring is it's a really, if you look at it like a business, it's a pretty poor business model. The expenses of getting, you know, X amount of people, all this gear, all this production, and then get it to a different city every day. It does cost a lot of money, and yeah, we did invest a lot in production. So it's kind of like the first month of the tour, it's like you're not actually making money, you're just paying for everything, you know. So that's kind of where we're at, where it's like, you know, when the tour's getting off the ground, the first couple of weeks, you're really just covering all your expenses, and then it's the last couple of weeks that's actually money that the band gets to hang on to.
For sure. I mean, this is the one thing that fans never grasp. They think it's just a big party on the road, but you know, and then as far as the touring goes from city to city, you have the promoter that's usually not tied in with the venue. The promoter has their own needs to get people in. You obviously have your own needs, and then the venue always has their own little bullshit they want to do. I mean, I can remember I seen one band and they're promoting this pop star. It was Nick Carter that was playing the next day.
Okay.
I says, go see Nick Carter, but stay for the chicken wings. You know, that was the banner that was playing across the...
Maybe we should incorporate that into our promotions. But yeah, you know, you're right. There's a lot of moving pieces, and you know, it's like we have the show we're trying to do. You know, the promoter has what he's trying to do, and then you know, the venue has their agenda, which you know, sometimes is kind of the level that we're at, where we're playing some of the smaller rooms. It can be a challenge to make sure that we can bring the live show that we want into some of the rooms. That's been a little bit of a challenge on this tour.
Yeah, definitely, because you don't know exactly where you're playing unless you did it at one point in time, and it could be a real shithole sometimes, even though, you know what I mean?
It is. Sometimes it is. There's no other way. There's no nice way to say it. Yeah, sometimes you play rooms that aren't that nice, and you just got to make it work, you know. And when you do get in that situation, you have to realize that the kids coming out to see you, they don't really care about the room, you know. They're coming out to see the band play.
For sure.
So you just got to give them the best show you can give them, and not let stuff like that get in your head as a performer, you know.
Now, what do you do in a situation where there's no barricade? Like tonight, there's going to be not a barricade. You ever have kids jump up on the stage when it's that close, or reach out and grab hold of you or anything?
Oh, I mean, that's the rule. that's pretty much every night, and that's kind of part of it. I think one thing that's different about like bands like us or bands at our level, the kind of underground metal world, is there's not quite as much separation between the fans and the band like you get at the higher level, the more mainstream level. So I think that's it's something that's an interaction that the fans really like. It means a lot to them. And I mean, for us, as long as there's some kind of boundary as far as how far it goes,
right,
then it's all good.
Now, with this being the headline tour, do you get to do anything interesting with your rider? Are you getting,
Yeah, our rider's real exciting. It's usually fruit, which you can see some of our rider right there behind you. Yeah, it's the basics. We don't get any extras. It's just you get some water, you get some coffee, you get some bananas and oranges and some bread, and call it good.
Now, do you find it harder to be in your genre to go ahead and promote the music because you don't get as much support as far as local radio or anything like that when you go from city to city? It's more of a social media base or flyer, old school,
Yeah, it's a lot of it's online for sure. There are a few radio stations here and there that that have shows
like a certain night, like
there'll be the 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. metal show, that's on like a college radio station. But we're not a mainstream band. We're not on the radio. We're barely even on the satellite radio. We're barely even on the metal station on the satellite radio. So it's like for us, it's really just going out, doing this tour. That's putting the work in, playing, trying to make a good impression on those people, and then the word of mouth, them telling their friends, hey, it was a great show. And social media, people taking pictures at the show, pictures with the band, just post about it. Like that's like the only way word gets out for us. Like there's no there's no big machine behind it.
Well, that's why people got to realize that going to buy a ticket is so important to you these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because as far as album sales goes, they're basically obsolete this day. People are going to download.
Yeah.
Last time we talked about Spotify, I know you're not a fan of that shit.
Well, it's like there's no money there. So, like, if you're looking at it simply as what's profitable for a band, no, Spotify isn't profitable at all for a band. We'd have to be a band that was getting 10 to 15 million streams a week to get a few $1,000s a month. We're not even anywhere close to that. That's
right.
Like Drake level. And so yeah, Spotify, as far as thinking in terms of revenue streams, no, there's no revenue stream there. Where we do see money is, like I said, buying the ticket and then selling a T-shirt. Those are the only places we make money. So the record generates money, but the majority of that goes back to the label. And then the way we make our money is selling the ticket and selling the T-shirt.
Would you say it's harder these days to be a quote-unquote rock star and still do it for a full-time gig? I know at least 4 very well-known bands that all have side jobs when they're not on tour, they're not recording, they're working in the factory. I know one band that had a world-famous documentary. This guy sells $20 bags of weed, like literally $20 bags. You know what I mean?
He's moved to California.
Toronto, actually. But
all right. Well, at least he's got good health care. Yeah, rock star. Well, look, I think the first misconception is that anyone on this tour is a rock star. We're just like, I think it's easy. I don't know. It's tough because I'm in the band, so I have a very different perspective than a fan. But we're all just very regular people. We live very regular lives. Like, there's like nothing rock star about my life. Like, it's we get up and we work. We don't have crew pushing our gear. We have a sound engineer, yeah, but like we don't have guitar techs, we don't have drum techs. Like, you mentioned the rider. It's like there's no brown M&Ms on the ride. Like,
right.
Like underground metal is just dudes in a van jamming. Like, that's it. There's no rock stars. So I think rock star level is in the metal world. I don't even think you get that until you get up to like Slipknot or Five Finger. or up at that level. I mean, even like the Lamb of God guys, I think they're probably still very working class,
right?
You know, and they're huge in our genre. So I mean, there's no money in metal to be a rock star, really.
See, that's why I want to push back to the touring aspect as it being an actual job, because you mentioned you don't have guitar techs, you don't got roadies doing that, so you guys are doing all your own shit.
Right, and that's how we get to keep the money. You know, we could hire all those people, but then that's essentially you're paying them out of your pocket, basically.
Right.
So with a band, every time you do so it's like, you know, we want to bring some production. Okay, that's adding to the overhead. Every time you add to the overhead, it lowers your margin. So we can do whatever we want, sure, but all it's going to do is just take money out of our pockets. So it's a matter of finding a balance between what's an investment, you know, try to put on a good show, that's an investment. Do I need somebody to change my strings or tune my drums for me? Probably not. I think I can do it. You know, the guys can do it. We can do it on our own. I don't need someone to check my mic, or, you know, we can do it. So it's like, it's those types of things, and that's how we pay ourselves. You kind of view it in terms of pushing the cases every day, doing your own sound check every day, loading out every day. That's when you're earning your money. That's your hourly wage, you know.
For sure.
So it's just like that. It's just, I mean, we could do those things, sure, but then there'd just be nothing left at the end, you know.
So you're legitimately telling me before a tour starts, you guys got to sit down and weigh out. Do I want to get somebody feeding me grapes? You know what I'm saying? Or do I want to actually make a paycheck at the end of it?
That's absolutely what I do before every tour. I mean, that's the thing about a band too. In order for a band to thrive, like, you have to be a business manager. You have to know when to spend money, when to not spend money, when to invest, when to say we got to save. You have to do that. Like when we did a long run of support tours last year. We got off that, and I knew the headliner was going to be coming up in February. I had a nice little chunk of money there that I could have paid us all out real good with, but I had to set that aside because I knew we were going to have a deposit on the bus to pay. I knew that we were going to have a upfront cost on the production that we're renting. I knew that we were going to have to rent rehearsal space prior to the tour, that we needed to upgrade some gear. You know, so you got to think about all that stuff. If we had just, you know, fucking paid out everybody and said, you know, it's a party for everybody, this tour would have rolled around and we would have been going, well, where do we rehearse? We don't have the money. How can we rent this, you know, the production or pay the deposit on the bus? Like, where's the money? So you just got to think in terms of a business, even though I know, like, it's easy to say, well, you know, it's music, it's not about money, which, fair enough, your art doesn't have to be about money, but if you want to go on tour and you want to get to the next show, it's going to take $1 to get there, so you better have it figured out.
Oh, for sure. And what people got to understand, this ain't the 80s anymore. There's already hookers and cocaine and bottles of booze laying all over the place.
There's a few of those things.
Now, people want to follow up. They want to know more about you. Are you social media friendly yourself?
No, I'm on. Like I have all of the ones, but I think Instagram's probably the one I'm on the most. It's probably the easiest place to catch me. Like, I'm on Facebook, but I don't read the messages or anything. It's just too many.
Do you feel that it's almost a push with these kids these day and age because they want that interaction? You know what I mean? I mean, you're gonna have kids that come up to you like, "What the fuck, man? I sent you a tweet and you didn't respond to me."
No, I don't think I've ever gotten that. I usually try to write everybody back that I can. I mean, I think there's some type of expectation of accessibility, availability, and I think it's just kind of the landscape of today. Someone that's interested in an artist wants to be able to contact them or feel engaged in some way. I think that's just where we're at, you know.
Now they go to the main website and there's going to be links to everything there.
Yeah, carnifexmetal.com. They can get tickets to every show, VIP packages to every show. All the dates are on there.
Awesome. Now let's talk about that last aspect, the meet and greet phase. It's almost the biggest push in the business that there is now because it gives the fans a chance to meet you. It lets them get I don't know if you guys do a sound check. Everyone has some different shit.
Yeah, right. For us, what we want to make sure we don't do is we don't, like, charge to meet us. So essentially what it is what we're trying, like, what we're trying to do, like, is just to secure a ticket sale. So it's real easy for people to go, oh, that tour's coming to town, great, and then they forget about it. Or then they go, I'll buy a ticket at the door, or what have you. So having an advanced ticket sale, like, that's great for our agent. It's great for the promoters, the venue. It makes everybody feel a little better knowing that there's a fair amount of advanced ticket sales. So basically, what we use is meet and greet as a chance to incentivize people to buy their tickets early, because it makes all the business people a lot happier when there's advanced ticket sales versus people just showing up day of, You ever
have a bad experience with the meet and greet? Like, people just get a little bit too excited or coming a little bit too hammered?
No, actually, no. All our meet and greeters are actually really rad. I haven't been asked that question before, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, no, everybody's really cool. Everyone's really excited to be there, and they're excited about the show. Some people, hey, I've seen you guys 5 times. Some people tonight's my first time, so it's a range, and I think it's exciting. I actually like doing it.
Awesome. Now, this tour goes on for another month, and then I'm assuming you're going to take a little break. Is there summer plans for you guys?
Yeah, a little break. We have 8 days off. And then we get on a plane and start the next tour, So, we do have a summer tour. It's not announced yet. It's not our tour, so I can't announce it. But that announcement, I think, is coming in. I think it's coming at the end of the month, actually. So that's,
So there you go.
We're just a support band, so it's somebody else's thing, and we just got to do what they say.
So, better yet, it's saying, just make sure you check out your website. You'll see what you guys got coming, a big summer surprise. And
yeah.
Awesome, man. Thank you much.
Cool. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.